Punjabi culture and Sikhism. For this project, I interviewed a 27-year-old Punjabi by the name Ravi Singh. I met Ravi Singh through a mutual acquaintance. On the same day, I was beginning to feel a little bit anxious because I couldn't decide on which culture I should pick. Within a few moments of conversation, I asked him if he would be willing to help me with this project and allow me to experience uh, his culture. He was kind enough to say yes, and we set up a date for the interview, um, to which he kindly showed up. Ravi Singh was born in Punjab, in a town on the border between India and Pakistan. He moved to the United States with his family when he was 10. Ravi and his family live in a small Indian community in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, where he attended a local middle school, graduated from high school, and later on in his young adulthood, graduated college. Um, Ravi is identify himself as a Punjabi American, and throughout our conversation, it was clear to me that he integrated the values and attitudes, norms, and behaviors of the American culture while still holding on to the important to him aspect of his cultural heritage. One of the first things he said to me, proudly said to me, is that his last name, Singh, means warrior in Punjabi. Ravi described the Punjabi culture as complex and diverse, and named some key valued areas such as philosophy, poetry, art and music, education, religion and spirituality, as well as traditions and history. One of the most important aspects of the culture to Ravi is being a Sikh. He spoke very passionately about the history of Sikhism, stating that um, the people fought hard for this religion, and it is a fairly new religion, um, and it is the source of strength and support for Punjabi people. He named the source of pride. He named the source of pride as being a good Sikh, following the teachings of gurus, as well as the traditional cuisine, clothing, holy festivals, weddings, philosophy, and again, poetry and music. When we were discussing less desired aspect of culture, he spoke about the arranged marriage and the non-acceptance of interracial relationships, as well as the parental expectations for child's career. He spoke about uh, Punjabi parents wanting their kids to be doctors or lawyers, and if it was obvious early on that the child was not doing well at school, then he or she will be a part of the family business. And in Ravi's situation, his family business is construction. Um, some of the stereotypes that Ravi mentioned is that Punjabis are often mistaken for Muslims or Arabs. Uh, they also seem stereotyped as alcoholics. And he described one of the biggest events when he was a child, when he experienced the stereotypes and being mistaken for the Muslims, is around 9/11, when he was still in school and other kids were bullying him and there was name callings, and that was very heartbreaking and fearful experience for him. When talking about counseling implication, the very first thing he mentioned to me is that Sikhs, Punjabi Sikhs, do not believe in talk therapy because of the fear of being judged by the community or the family, and they rather go the holistic approach to mental health concerns, such as going to the temple, praying, reading over the teachings, and of course, meditating. For my immersion experience, I asked to be a part of or to visit a temple. I cannot pronounce any of the names, and I apologize for that. Um, but it is a temple that his family and him goes to every Sunday. It's located in New York, close to upstate, about 40 minutes from Brooklyn. Um, and at first, I wasn't sure if it would be a good idea for me to do so because it's a very sacred place. But he explained to me that the temple welcomes everyone and anyone, um, which made it my decision a lot easier. When coming to temple, prior to coming to the table, on the way to the temple, um, I was a lot anxious because I was afraid that I would be uncomfortable, or I could make some people uncomfortable because it is their sacred worship place, and I didn't want to intrude or disrespect anyone. Ravi was Ravi and his family was extremely helpful in this process because they were so kind to me and extremely helpful. When we arrived to the temple, the first thing we had to do is take off our shoes uh, to show respect and put the shoes in the shoe closet. The second step is to wash our hands and to cover the heads. Males have a turban on, and the females usually wear, which I brought with me, a scarf. The sitting arrangements is that men and women sit separately on the opposite sides of a temple. However, everyone, regardless of their status, sit on the floor as a sign of equality. Sikhism is a Punjabi religion, and it is one of the most important aspects of understanding the culture and understanding how to help um, a future client, Punjabi client. Sikhism is a source of traditional healing, strength, and support for Punjabis. It is a religion and philosophy that was founded by the Punjab in the Punjab region of India. It was founded about 500 years ago by Guru Nanak. He was he was the first guru out of 10 Sikh gurus uh, to start and found the religion. Now it is the world's fifth most popular religion with over 20 million Sikhs around the world. The Sikh scripture is the Guru Granth Sahib. I apologize, I probably did not say that right. Uh, it is extremely interesting to read the scripture, and some of the major beliefs described in the scripture is that Punjabi Sikhs believe in one God for all creations. That's why when you walk in a temple, you do not see any picture of anyone else on the walls. There's no icons, there's no candles. They believe in an invisible one God for all creations. They believe that all human beings are created equal. They believe in gender equality. They value living a moral, honest, and hardworking existence. Uh, they believe in selflessness towards others and uh, social justice, defending the rights of anyone from any oppressed group. What I learned in this experience is that I don't know anything at all. But it was interesting and it was educational experience. Most of all, I learned the importance of increasing awareness around the individual differences and in values and beliefs within the specific cultural group. I read English translation of Sikh parts of Sikh scripture, as it is the core focus of ritual worship in the Sikh temple, and the scriptural celebration, the readings, the prayers are the foundation for understanding the human conditions. Punjabis view spirituality as an essential element of emotional and mental well-being. They believe that mental health is a problem that's uh, founded in the mind, and gaining control over the mind can be done through holistic approach, um, through meditation, by going to the temple and relying on the support of the family and the community. I learned that Punjabi Sikhs believe in gender equality and the equality of all mankind, and in the scripture it's actually called brotherhood of mankind, which I find extremely awesome. Punjabi Sikhs believe that an individual can improve and maintain mental health by practicing honesty, contentment, patience, perfect faith, and compassion, which all of that is in the script and in the Sikh script. Punjabis do not talk openly about their sufferings and challenging with their doctors. And if individual is struggling on the inside, he or she will hide it from the family and the community in fear to be judged for seeking any mental health services. One of the most important takeaways from this experience for me is seeing that Punjabi people are not only proud of their core values belief, but they also practice them on a daily. My experience versus everything that we learn in the class. Um, in class, we read about individuals and families of Arab descent. Punjabi culture is not a part of Arab descent, and it is often mistaken for and stereotype generalized as a culture that belongs to Arab or Muslim culture. Prior to this project, I too considered Punjabi people as individuals of Arab descent. Both my experience and class literature influenced my understanding of the importance to not generalize cultural groups and subgroups, but explore and learn about the complexities and the individual differences that exist not only between the groups but also within them. I also believe that in order to evolve on the professional and personal level, a counselor cannot depend on just literature, but must take action and experience various cultures in order to develop genuine understanding. When it comes to advocacy, according to our textbook, advocacy is a collective response to social injustice. It is a developmental process moving naturally from awareness to action. Advocacy is an essential part of counseling work, and it is counselors' responsibility to research, learn, and establish connections with the community resources to be able to attend to basic needs of the clients. The National Coalition of South Asian Organization. It is a network of community-based organizations that believe in common principles related to social change and that provide services to work with, convene, organize, and advocate for South Asian in the United States. There are over 20 organizations in New York alone that provide support, create opportunities, connect people, promote health, social, economic empowerment, and more to the South Asian communities. It will be essential aspect of my professional work to get familiar with and build working relationships with the community-based organizations in order to be able to provide appropriate help to clients on an individual and a community level. This experience had an impact on me professionally and personally. Professionally, it made me, and personally, it made me feel incompetent, mostly because I did not know. I realized how much I don't know. And throughout this semester, we learned the importance of developing multicultural competence for the future work as a professional. And the literature, the statistic, the data can provide us with but so much information. But can we really know and understand an individual and his or her cultural identity without dipping our feet and experiencing their culture even a little bit? This journey taught me that counselors' responsibility of educating self and increasing awareness is never a done job. There are cultures I have not learned about, cultures I do not know yet exist. Therefore, it will be my job to continue to explore and maintain awareness of the complexities and many dimensions of any given culture and the existing subcultures in order for me to avoid future generalizations or any kind of stereotypes. And personally, doing this assignment forced me to recognize my own generalizations about this specific cultural group and forced me to become aware of the fact that if I truly want to make a difference, I have to continue educating myself beyond textbooks and Google searches. I am not an individual of any religion, but learning about Sikhism was a profoundly interesting, educational, and empowering experience for me. After the interview, the readings of several teachings from the Sikh scripture and learning about their core values and beliefs, I have developed utmost respect and appreciation for the Punjabi Sikh culture and its people. And I also gained a deep sense of gratitude from this experience, not only because it was educational, but also because I gained a kind hearted friend who chose to help me through this project.